up, y'all? Happy September 4th. New day, new way. Holla, 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 holla at your girl. I am not gonna say the T word, but I am. I had that like split off day and I did not get my rest out. Yesterday I went to the gym. I went to take care of some tax stuff because we love taxes, don't we? Did that. Took some crap back for Amazon. Ran a little few errands, and then I just like sat on my couch and did not move. I was watching like the Wheel of Time on Prime, and I watched season 2, and I really enjoyed it. So I've been going back and watching season 1. Totally better than House of Dragon any day. My husband was hating, but House of Dragon is trash. The Wheel of Time is where it's at. We excited for season 3. I've been on this like adventure because I just finished Rings of Power, so now I'm like in this whole where I like wizardry and swords and just a lot going on, and drinking ale and saying shite and feckless and stuff like that. So I've been on that, doing that, and other than that, y'all, that is it. My day was kind of, besides going to the gym, I hit my Stairmaster up. Like I said, it's a new month, so I went up a new level. And yeah, other than that, y'all, let's get into the show. We got to get everything popping, so let's drum up the effects, why don't we? Yeah. It's fun, right? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I just love the cheers. I don't know why. It's corny, but I like it. Let's get into this news, though. Houston plastic waste waiting more than a year for advanced recycling piles up. Business failed 3 times by a fire marshal. So they started a plastic waste business, couldn't get it under control. Typical. I don't know if my personal care products contain forever chemicals. I don't know. Google them. The EPA is spending billions on electrifying school buses. I still want to see what that's going to look like in the winter. Elephants, zebras, hippos, among other of 700 animals being unalive for meat in a drought-stricken Namibia. Record amount of cocaine found hidden in South American jungle weeks after the narco sub discovered in the area. Notorious ex-cartel leader nicknamed Friend Unaliver released from prison 21 years after being captured. Wow. An 8-year-old boy has, and I want to just say, I don't know what happened to Narcos on Netflix. I don't know if somebody got to them, but they have not made any more at all. And there's so many Narcos, like, that there can be series on, but they ain't been touching it. An 18-year-old boy has passed away after accidentally pew-pewing himself with a loaded weapon left in a car while his mother was inside of a Utah convenience store. Mom, did you have that thing out on the seat? When Southwest Airlines members purchase tickets for themselves, a friend can fly for free under the carrier's renewed Companion Pass promotion. Interesting. U.S. prosecutors filed criminal charges against senior Hamas leaders for the unalivement of the 43 American citizens in Israel on October 7, 2023. And a collection of ancient silver coins were unearthed recently on a small island in the Mediterranean Sea. A collection of ancient. Phoenix hits 100 degrees Fahrenheit for a record 100 straight day as heat scorches the western U.S. We're having nice weather where I'm from. Netanyahu has faced criticism within Israel over his handling of the ceasefire negotiations. Bitcoin ATM fraud is soaring. FTC warns here how scams work. For vodka maker Grey Goose, the U.S. Open signature cocktail, the Honey Deuce is a clear winner. The drink is expected to generate more than $10 million in sales this year. Blame it on the goose, it got you loose. house. I can only imagine what that crowd is like. They doing all that. Some Social Security recipients won't get benefits in September. Supreme Court won't stop Biden administration from withholding the Title X funding from Oklahoma. While the period after Labor Day until November election is sometimes referred to as a final sprint, this campaign has really been a sprint since July 21st. Yeah. Some Democrats are hoping Governor Tim Walz brings them a boost in their competitive battleground congressional races. Suspect charged in pew-pewing that unalived 4 sleeping people on a CTA Blue train. Well, that wasn't very nice, bro. Let's see. A New York man has been sentenced to 13 months in federal prison for making more than 12,000 harassing phone calls to congressional offices. That dude snaps. He was like, "You want to call me? Let's make a game of it." U.S. stocks are slumping Tuesday following a disappointing weak start to the week. The 10-year-old boy who pew-pewed and unalived a former Louisiana town mayor and his daughter. Yeah, I don't know why, but he was related to them. Sad. An Indiana state shaken by weeks of protests demanding justice after the assault and unaliving of a doctor passed a law on Tuesday that could lead to the execution of abusers. Reflecting on her historic 2024 Games in Paris, Katie Ledecky said she would love to compete at 2028. Well, Katie, guess what, girl? You are, because they go wild over you. Here's what the mosquito-borne illnesses West Nile is, or the EEE. Listen, I sprayed some off on me the other day. I'm not taking no chances. Kendall Wild, the winner of CBS Morning Mixtape Music Competition, grew up singing in her family's worship band before moving to Nashville. I've never heard of that show. Linda's son, a former aide to New York Governor Kathy Hochul, was arrested by the FBI Tuesday morning. At least 12 unalived after a boat with dozens of migrants rips apart in the waters off northern France. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is set to testify publicly before a Republican-led House committee next week. Millions of DirecTV customers have been blocked from accessing Walt Disney CEO's network since Sunday night, with ESPN and other channels pulled during the U.S. Open tennis tournament and as the college season is kicking off. Some people near Los Angeles have been told they may need to evacuate due to a landslide. Power was shut off to more than 200 homes. California just seems like such a fun place to live. An archery hunter was injured in a grizzly bear attack on Sunday in a remote part of Idaho. Ugandan Olympic athlete living in Kenya was attacked and set on fire by her boyfriend and is receiving treatment for 75% of burns on her body, which is crazy. I guess they said he got mad because she allegedly cheated on him, but it's like, wow, that's crazy. Human remains discovered 31 years ago south of Indianapolis have been identified as a man from South Carolina. At least 41 people were unalived and 180 injured in a Russian missile strike in Ukraine. Paraguay schools will start teaching... What do you want to say? How do I say this? But they're going to start teaching education classes that parents don't like. Schmexual. 2 Marines on a port visit in Turkey came under attack Monday. Video incident shows a group of men forcing a bag over the head of one of the Marines as they restrained him, chanting, "Yankee, go home." Wow. They thought they was going to get a warm reception over there. Breast cancer is rising among Asian Americans and Pacific Islander women. Experts aren't sure why. A 54-year-old New Hampshire man is fighting for his life after he was bitten for that dang old mosquito. An attempted jailbreak in Congo's main prison in the capital left at least 129 people unalive, most of them in a stampede, authorities said. Roughly 24 inmates were unalived by warnings as they try to escape. Listen, I ain't even mad at them for trying to get up out of there. A bus crashed with a group of students and their parents at a school in eastern China early Tuesday, unaliving 11 people and injuring 13. Joy Chestnut mustered the strength to down a record 83 hot dogs on Monday, relishing another victory against rival Takuri Kobayashi, who struggled to catch up to the world's best champion eater in the Netflix Unfinished Beef Labor Day Showdown. Remember, he didn't get to do the 4th of July one because he wasn't signed with Nathan's, he signed with somebody else, but he was like, don't worry though, I'm back. Let's see. Motorcade Company VP nominee Tim Waltz, his motorcade was involved in a crash. Family of an 18-year-old unalived in a high-speed Michigan crash once the teen's driver's mother's charged. And people were debating, should the parents be... But I'm like, 18? Man. Believe me, I'm on the fence with this one. He thought he had severe acid reflux. Doctors found a much different problem. Something's bad because he got something going on with his neck. James Darren, Gidget actor and singer and director, passed away at 88. Ryan Seacrest has started spinning the wheel. Rattlesnake Megadon live stream in Colorado reveals hundreds of adults babysitting newborns. Google has relaunched their Gemini AI tool that lets users create images of people. Catching up on sleep on weekends may lower your risk of heart disease. I know. I stand by that. Alright, let's see what I liked on here. So this person's Lyft driver picked him up and they did not have no sunroof in, so they just straight getting rained on, y'all. What do y'all think about that? Like, I would not be happy at all. I mean, I know she's trying to get her ride on, but ma'am, she didn't have an umbrella, nothing to stick up there. So I went through and did this, y'all, how to remove Gmail addresses from your, like, if you have if your email is a part of websites you don't want them in, just go into your security and then click on the websites and you can remove your email address, remove access. So like that's just like realtor sites for me. I removed a lot of like crap I don't shop at no more. So the astronauts up in Never Neverland are reporting that they were hearing it was emitting a strange sonar-like noises. Don't know what's up with that. I kind of don't even want to hear the noises because I just don't. Michael Jackson's mom, Katherine Jackson, who is currently 94 years old, made a rare appearance when she was spotted backstage with LaToya at her son's Jackson 5 concerts. Katherine is still living, 94. And look at LaToya. I'll never forget when Nene called her Casper. And I just can't get that out of my head. Nene was so wrong for that. Alright, let's see what's on TMZ. Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper all aboard the Love Boat. Such an odd couple to me. Rachel Ray fans are concerned for her health after appearing to slur her words in her new video. Rachel Ray just seemed like she's chilling at home. She's always kind of had a slur accent to me though. Justin Thoreau, I'm engaged but I feel protective over ex-wife Jen. Okay. Ben Affleck, wicked pissed over Kid Kennedy romance rumor. He said he ain't with nobody. Elton John, I have severe eye infection. I can barely see. And that's what they call it, the blues. I don't know if that's Elton John song. Gray blue heron, eat big or go home, swallows a New York City rat whole. Ew. Guess that's what birds are good for, though. Ricky Purcell doing really well after pew-pewing, says John Lynch. The dude that got shot. Taylor Swift, football is back and so am I. Taylor, people don't even care about Mahomes anymore. They're like, I can't wait to see Taylor and Kelsey. Shannon Doherty's ex-husband Ashley Hamilton arrested. Cops say he pulled on a staffer who blames cancer meds. He got cancer too. 1,000-pound sister star Amy Slayton leaves zoo on a stretcher, bandaged after a camel bite. Lord. Amy was probably trying to I don't know if they were filming or whatever, but only Amy would go to the zoo, get bit by a camel, call the police, and then the police find drugs in her car, allegedly. But she got charged for that and child endangerment, so it's on the news. Travis Kelce, yes, Taylor's drawing up plays. I bet she is, honestly. Cardi B and Offset, divorce is still on. Nikki Bella on the hunt for a divorce lawyer, not living at her family home. I guess there's a trial for a Frenchman. He's accused of inviting strangers to his house to assault them, drugged his wife, and dozens of men charged. What did he have going on? Looks like we may be caught up because all the rest of this news is kind of crazy. But I think I'm going to go straight into Reddit's because I don't think there's any more news to read, honestly. I guess that's why they call it the news. Let's see. What tastes so good you can't believe it's healthy? My husband would love to answer that question. Somebody said all the berries, a freshly made salsa or pico, perfectly ripe cherries, pomegranates, garlic. Ugh, who just slobbing? I love garlic, but man, it would take forever to get that out of your mouth. Pineapple, watermelon. Might as well have some watermelon, man. Raspberries, mangoes, cold water, guacamole, fruits, tea, juicy peaches, grilled corn, hummus. Never been a fan of hummus. Sweet potato, cotton candy grapes, miso soup. All this just kind of makes you want to have some fruit, right? What's something that some people have that they don't realize is a huge flex? Your health. Your health, the roof over your head, marriage, all the above. The ability to fall asleep quickly anywhere. Man, I do envy people like that. Somebody said extremely supportive parents, patience, no allergies. Does anybody these days not have allergies? Because I used to then, but the allergies are out of control. People skills and being able to read a room. A partner who loves them. Savings each month instead of digging deeper into debt. 401k, inheritance. Existing while not being in constant pain. Lack of constant anxiety. Good parents, good vision and eyes, Lord knows. No major debt, perfect teeth, peace of mind, a house, a decent job, good payment and benefits, a loving spouse, and good health. Friends, time, mental health, yes to all of those. Have you ever been caught while being intimate outdoors? I just laid there still on top of her. The guy who walked up says, "Are you okay, buddy?" Once he saw what was happening, he said, "Oh, you're doing great." Why would he walk over to y'all, which is crazy? Was getting a blowjob in my driver's seat and got a knock on the window from a cop. Her boobs were out and I was trying to hide my stiffy, and all he did was ask if she was okay. Turned around and went back to his car. I could see the other cop laughing. At least they was cool about it. In high school, cop rolled up shortly after banging my girlfriend in a car. Like a dumb teen, I threw the condom out the window. Cop pulls up, asks what we're doing. Obviously, he already knew. He says I need to throw the condom away, but me being embarrassed, I said it's not mine. He said, throw the condom away or you're going to get cited. I picked it up and threw it away, and he says, if it wasn't yours, you wouldn't have picked it up. Stupid. Pool sex at a resort. It was a villa with a private pool, just not so private. Elderly couple saw us. Good thing they didn't hate on y'all. Yep, a dog walker stumbled upon us in mid-action. We just pretended we were stargazing in some very creative positions. Awkward nods were exchanged, and we got out there fast. Uranus looks really beautiful tonight. Some of these are too long, man. Just get to the point. Got arrested and charged with lewd acts in public. Paid the fine. Yes, got caught giving oral to a friend outside a bar. The person who caught us didn't seem to care. One of them simply said someone is having a good night, and then the group laughed and got in their vehicle. My girlfriend and I had stopped for a break at a picnic table while on a bike ride. She flashed her boobs at me, so I bent her over the table. I was nearly done when a group rode past. We were facing away from the track, and all they could have seen was my butt. So I just kept going. They all cheered, and one person rang their bell. That's funny, y'all. Alright, y'all, let me get over to my story times. Let's see what I got for y'all. I know my husband's gonna say this is a short podcast, but guess what, man? I don't care. So since they didn't play the sound for this Frontier Airlines pilot got arrested. Like, they literally got on a plane and arrested him. I guess he has some domestic violence or something allegedly going on, but it was important enough that they arrested him before he took off.
I'm 47 years old. And you mean to tell me that Red Fox wasn't nothing but 49 when he was playing Fred Sanford? Lamont was 26? Look at Grady. Man, I'm so glad they banned smoking on the plane. See, this was a time when you could smoke cigarettes on the plane and people were aging in dog years during the 70s. Lamont looks every bit of 45. Back then, he always looked 45. I thought Fred Sanford was in his 80s, man. Look at Aunt Esther. We are their age. We are all their age, man. I don't know what we always talk about the food, but you gotta watch what they put in this food. What the hell were they putting in the food back then? It must have been just straight carcinogens in the food. What were they eating to cause this rapid decay? I mean, they was aging when you was in high school back then, you looked like you was 50 or something. Like, this is crazy to me, man. And I cannot believe I'm like the age of Fred Sanford. I don't even know what season is. I'm sure he started a couple years before.
I ain't gonna lie, I always thought Fred Sanford had to be 70s, 80s. You always be like, this is the big one, but Grady 42, that's crazy. Grady and Lamont 26. I mean, back then the clothes, even when you look at like high school, like they show like clips of like when I was in high school and we dressed and our hairstyles were so elderly looking. It's weird.
Where are our two stranded astronauts? In the International Space Station. Do you know how big the space station is? It's the size of a football field. Now, of course, the space station is composed of modules. How big are the modules? Well, it's a volume because you're just floating around, so it doesn't make sense to think of it in square footage. But let's try to do that. It's about 400 square feet. All right, what else is true? Oh, there's a half dozen other astronauts already there in the space station. So are they marooned and stranded? Are they alone? No, there's other people they can go play with, okay? And they got food. Different modules stock different types of food. And that food tends to be regional to the tastes of the astronauts visiting. I can't imagine that the American module is going to run out of food. Keep in mind, every time a ship docks with the International Space Station, there are supplies that come on board. Space is routine right now.
Well, that's good to know because I was wondering when they run out of food. So they just up there floating around, kicking it with other people that's up there. Okay.
So this is why I love TikTok, because even when I don't know something, I start to find out the truth later on or down the line. So now it's being said that the apartment complex is uninhabitable, and the slum landlord is the reason why people are being kicked out of their apartment complex. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I'm gonna play the information for you guys, and then you tell me what you think.
You heard about the apartment complexes in Aurora being taken over by Venezuelan gangs? Well, that's not the real story. Let's take a look at 1568 Nome Street to see what's really going on.
Some of the 85 families living in that apartment building gathered today along with community advocates asking for more time. They've been ordered out in 6 days. They're asking that they not be punished for the fact that the landlord allowed horrendous conditions to develop over years there.
The Venezuelan gang story is a racist dog whistle that right-wing Aurora City Council members are using to justify evicting families with super short notice and to run cover for the real culprit, the slumlord property owner.
And there is absolutely no denying that this property now is absolutely uninhabitable. But what is not being told is the very clear picture on how we got here, and that is the gang control.
Mold, rats, sewer backups, lack of electricity sounds more like a property management problem than a gang problem. If we want to talk about how we really got here, let's talk about CBZ Management, the owner of 1568 Nome and a bunch of other properties in the Denver area. Even the mayor called CBZ out-of-state slumlords. Evicted Nome Street families have filed a class action lawsuit against CBZ, which will be heard in court next week. There's literally no evidence of Venezuelan gangs in these apartments, and this video has been debunked, even by the police. The demonization of Venezuelan migrants is intentional.
So we've heard
So I was wondering, because I kept saying, how is that possible? Like in America, like, so there you have it.
This is a massive whole roasted pig from a place called Heat Fong Barbecue. Hope I'm saying that right. And this is indeed 50 pounds. Let's try a piece of the bike. It's good. It's real good. Sweet, the meat is really juicy. It's a little salty too, but it goes perfectly with the sweetness of the skin and the crispiness of the skin. So if you want to order this pig, man, you gotta let them know about 2 days in advance. They got different sizes. They got a smaller pig, which is about, I'm assuming, 25 to 30 pounds. And then they got this one, which again, this is a 50-pound whole roasted pig. They gave me some sauce. Yeah, this isn't duck sauce. Or maybe it's duck sauce with spices. And then we got the head. And if you can see inside, the head is also roasted too. God almighty. Ears. Oh my God. If you love pork rinds, you're gonna love the ears on this one. Some ears. And you wanna try a whole pig, or if you want to feed your family for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any type of holiday. Or if you just want to buy this and try this in the car like me, this was what.
can't believe he ate a whole pig in his car right now. I can't believe it.
You come on, we both can't fit through there.
This is funny when you go to Rainbow and you can't find a shirt and it's just somebody said, then you finally get something and it say good vibes. Somebody said you be so overstimulated, your hair and your purse getting snatched on hangers, music is loud, it's hot, everything's so close together. And then somebody said, just when you think you found the right shirt, it says baby girl on the front or be blessed. Man, they really do fit everything they can in the little stores like that.
This young woman suffered an assault that's hard to believe. Her ex-boyfriend bit off her lower lip.
He wanted to make me ugly so nobody would love me.
Kayla Hayes says Seth Fleury was her first serious boyfriend. She was 17. He was 21.
He made me believe that he loved me.
But Kayla says he became too controlling. Every time she tried to break up with him, he showered her with cards begging forgiveness.
This one says, I love you, baby. I believed him 100%.
Finally, after 11 months of dating, Kayla broke up with Seth for good. Kayla agreed to meet Seth one last time to return some personal items. She was in her car when he suddenly leaned in to kiss her, but it was no gentle farewell kiss goodbye.
He got about right here and he tried to kiss me. And I leaned back against the seat. And he just latched onto me.
He bit down on her lip with a ferocity that left her stunned. This young...
That's crazy.
It was horrible.
This is the woman who lived in the House of Horrors with her 3 children before Zach Bagans bought it. LaToya Ammons fought back tears when she told us how they fled in terror after her daughter was raised right off her bed. She says the demons sounded like this.
We've waited 5 months. It sounded like something dead.
It's right out of the movie Poltergeist.
He walked up the wall and did the backwards flip.
How did everybody in the hospital react to your son walking up the wall?
They took off and they ran. The doctor from the psych ward said that's not real. That's not human. No human can do that.
Speaking of deep, mysterious voices.
You in there. While I'm involved in this conversation, the AM/FM radio went to static and turned up very loud. And it said, you in there. And the person on the phone say, what the hell was that? And I say, I don't know.
What was your reaction?
I was in shock.
It was horrible.
That's all he said. But so there was a movie released on Netflix called The Deliverance, and this is the lady that the movie's actually made on. And yeah, said she was experiencing paranormal. Somebody said, I'm sorry, but the cop got me screaming. The cop scared me so bad. Somebody said, God in heaven, protect me seeing this. We keep telling people that the spiritual world is real. That's a no for me. I don't feel like having nightmares and then having to stay watching SpongeBob all night. I'm happy that people other than her and witness this. Listen, there are some weird houses that, you just be like, when I was house hunting, some houses gave me bad vibes.
I decided to go to Chipotle today for lunch because I ain't had it in a while. Took my first bite. I was excited too because the little boy wasn't stingy with the rice or the chicken. That rice harder than a dick at 6 o'clock in the morning. I done packed that shit back up.
Now that you're older, it's time to tell you Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb, just like he didn't invent the electric chair. He just hired people to make them better. Now, why am I telling you all this? so you can understand the world a little bit better. Listen to this. See, usually when someone invents something, a businessman will buy that invention from them, or they'll pay them to invent something. See, Thomas Edison was that person, and he became very rich because of it. But see, Edison had a problem, and his problem's name was Tesla. Hold the Elon. See, Tesla, that boy was a bona fide genius. That boy could invent. See, Edison noticed one day that some of his patents, which basically means you own an invention and no one can sell it, that's important, weren't making as much money. Edison said, what is going on with my stacks? His assistant walked in and said, hey, remember that boy Tesla? Edison said, is his first name Money? His assistant said, no, I don't think so. Edison said, just speak faster. His assistant said, my fault. See, that boy Tesla is invented for another company. People are buying that stuff and it's making you broke. Edison said, watch your mouth. Broke is a bad word around these parts. Second of all, let's get to the bottom of this. But see, it was a little more complicated than that. Tesla didn't just invent something better. He invented a better way to use electricity. But I'm a liar, because it's a little more complicated than that. Listen to me. Electricity zaps things. But for it to zap things, little particles called electrons got to move. When the electrons move straight, it's called DC. When the electrons move like that, it's called AC. Tesla's like, yo, with AC, we powering things crazy good. Edison's like, you right, but I sell stuff using DC. Tesla's like, but the world's gonna be a better place with AC. Edison said, that's true. Yo, everybody, AC sucks. Everybody said, nah, with DC, I was getting power outages. With AC, everything's good. Edison said, well, do you like dogs? So he makes an electric chair and starts zizzing dogs. He said, I just use AC for that. So AC must be dangerous. Use DC. This sounds insane, right? Well, I'm not finished. He then takes an elephant, zizzes it, makes a movie, calls it Zizzing an Elephant, distributes it, and says, say no to AC. But it wasn't working. AC, Tesla's thing, was just better, and everyone knew it. So Edison steps it up a notch. Remember, he's really good at hiring people to invent things. So he secretly hires somebody to make the electric power chair better. Uses Tesla's thing, AC, and says, yo, they people with Tesla's thing, come buy my DC stuff. And the sad part is, this is how your world works today. There have been many possible world-changing inventions that big companies suppress, so you can buy from them. At this point, Tesla had enough, so he straps himself to a chair and zizzes himself with 250,000 volts and makes it out fine. And says, nah, AC works well. Edison said, damn. So AC becomes the most widely used electric thing in the world. It powers your house and a bunch of other things. Now here's where it starts to get wicked. This was low-key the most diabolical get-back of all time. See, Tesla used to work for Edison. Remember I told you, Edison hired inventors. Now Tesla was going crazy making things for Edison. One day they run into each other because Tesla was a gym rat. He was working late at night on something. Edison was like, damn, okay. Edison said, what's your name, son? He said, my name Tesla, hold the Elon. Edison said, word. Hey, give this boy more money. Give him a raise. Tesla's manager said, got it, but is he really like that though? If you can invent this super crazy item, I'll give you $50,000. Tesla said, I just finished it. Tesla said, where's my $50,000? The manager said, I was joking. Tesla said, Edison, your manager's scamming. Edison said, how much he owe you? Tesla said, $50,000. Edison said, you know how much $50,000 is in 19 whatever this is? No, Tesla, you're gonna have to make that. To be fair, he could have been joking. No one knows how this actually transpired. But regardless, Tesla quits and says, I'm finna start my own company, and he does. But he doesn't make a lot of money because he may be a genius, but he's not a ruthless businessman like Edison was. So to make money, he works for another company, and that's when he does the whole AC thing. And that company owned the patent, remember that word, for his AC thing. But Tesla was okay with this. In fact, he invented so many more things for that company that the company went broke trying to pay him. So he tells the company to pay him a lot less, and he continues to help them out. This makes him go broke. And I know that sounds insane to you, but maybe this will help you understand Tesla a little bit more. Even though he was broke, he spent thousands of dollars on an invention to help a pigeon fly again. Why? Because he said he liked the pigeon. A man of passion. He also gambled away a lot of his money, but I like the first story better. Now that you're old.
I mean, that's just how it is. Like, now Tesla gets so much recognition now, but yeah, back then everybody thought Thomas Edison was inventing everything.
If I snap my fingers, you forget that you ever gay.
I was never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop.
Yes.
No, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never gay.
Sure.
You can't just state something, then snap your fingers, and then be like, I was never gay.
If you say so.
If.
Oh shit! Oh my God! No, it's fine.
That dog, it's got 9 lives, clearly.
I hate to break it to you, but your partner is going to annoy you all the time. They're going to trigger you. They will straight up enrage you. And this doesn't mean you're incompatible. It means you're human. And humans are really annoying. I hate to break it.
Listen, that is the most perfect therapy advice. Like, people gonna get on your nerves. They people.
We go together, Nisha. Tell them hoes we go together. We go together, Nisha. Tell them hoes we go together. Nisha, I love you. You my everything.
I couldn't resist.
Jesus, there's an iguana in the front yard!
That dude was like literally at the door. People said, I'm just impressed he found the word iguana in his language after the stress. Somebody said it took 3 business days for him to realize that iguana was there. That iguana was already half across the state. He was, there was one where somebody said he was just trying to tell him about some car insurance, like a gecko.
Welcome back to my channel, Judge Mathis' wife.
If you ain't making more than $100,000 at your job, why are you ironing your clothes before you go to work? Let them know that you need a raise. Go in there in tattered garments and clothes. Don't bring a lunch. Let them know that you're hungry. If you
Listen, I kind of agree with him. Why are y'all dressing to impress?
Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, or Bachelor number 3.
Okay, shoot, I can only pick one, huh?
Make a decision, Wanda.
Okay, I choose number 2.
Okay! What a lucky guy. Now let's meet the bachelors you didn't pick. Wanda, Bachelor number 1, Derek Clinton.
Hey, what's up, man?
Now say hello to Bachelor number 3, Steve Big Bun. Meet the Bachelor you did pick. Here's Bachelor number 2, Lucky Paul Nelson.
That was just some classic TV. Alright, y'all, let me head on up out of here. Y'all stay safe. I'll be back tomorrow.